Hello, buddies. Welcome back to the Den and Laughing Show. Today's episode is. Hold on, I'm finishing something up really fast. Cool. Today's episode, I had a guest lined up, but honestly, he wanted to reschedule. So I guess everything's okay, but he wanted to reschedule. Luckily, there was an opening. Actually, it's filling in between two separate guests, so it's gonna be a while since I had back-to-back guests. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So for right now, I figured why not have like a little scary story episode because I really do enjoy reading scary stories. I really do enjoy hearing others' scary stories, or other people's strange experiences that they could not explain. Just weird shit that happens. I love hearing all that shit. I haven't lived through my own experiences with some of my own stories, some of the things that actually happened to me are on Live with the Afterlife. I just love seeing those stories. Especially, you know what, when they have pictures and everything, it makes it a little bit better. But when the person actually knows how to describe something very well, oh fuck, it just makes it worse. Makes it worse, better, one or the other. Want to make sure the sound is good. Okay, yeah, the sound seems fine. So I got one set up. It's from r/slash Paranormal Encounters by Martslon, Martslon. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be, but okay, Martslon. This is 20 days ago from right now. Paranormal experience in Algarrobo, Chile. I hope I'm saying that right. Algarrobo. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who fucking knows? It comes with a picture. I just realized its head is backwards. It came with a fuck. There's a picture on here. All right, if you're able to look at Reddit and you find this one on Paranormal Encounters, it's 20 days old, you'll be able to see the image that's provided with it. I don't know if... Actually, I didn't read this. I saved it, so we'll see what the fuck is actually in the story. Paranormal experience in Algarrobo, Chile. Hi everyone, my English isn't good, so I asked Gemini to translate it for me. Sorry about that. I want to share something that happened to me during my vacation this year. I'm looking for anyone who might know what this was or has gone through something similar and how to deal with it. Oh, how you dealt with it. That's what it fucking says. When are you gonna pay me back? Huh? Yeah, that's the first thing I see, huh? It says the first encounter. Everything was fine until about 5 a.m. I suddenly heard a baby crying. Wah, wah, wah. It's actually written into it. Right into my left ear. I woke up, opened my eyes, and saw a dark, deformed entity on the ceiling directly above me. It looked like a baby, maybe 80 to 120 centimeters long, but with unnaturally long limbs and a distorted body clinging to the ceiling in a crawling position. Holy shit. I was terrified. I pulled the covers over my head and bit my tongue to make sure I wasn't dreaming, but it was real. I peeked out again, and the thing was still there. I thought about acting tough and shouting at it, but I remembered a horror video about a deformed child, and I was paralyzed by the thought. If I scream or look at it again, will it show me its face? What the fuck? The return. Oh wait, sorry. I almost went ahead. I finally decided to scream for help. I shouted for 30 minutes straight. Goddamn. Dad, Alberto. Harder than I've ever screamed in my life. I actually lost my voice for the next 3 days because of it. Eventually, I felt the covers... Wait, what? Yeah, it says I felt the covers being pulled off me. And I bolted out of the cabin to my dad's trailer. He went to check, but the cabin was empty. That sucks. The return. I stayed at my dad's house after that. But when my girlfriend arrived on Monday, We had to move back to the cabin because there wasn't enough room elsewhere. For the next few days, I followed every piece of advice I could get. I prayed the Lord's Prayer, washed my hands with salt and cinnamon, and kept salt water under the bed. I've heard of the salt water. I've never heard of the salt and cinnamon. I spent 30 minutes shivering in pure terror. What the fuck? I keep jumping forward. No, wait, no. Yeah. Yeah, I jump forward. God damn it. Hey, I'm only human, I guess. Then came Friday morning at 5 a.m. again. I heard a violent, loud sound like something shaking and twisting. It sounded like a rattlesnake, but much louder. I opened my eyes, and there it was again. But this time, it wasn't still. It was twisting its neck and writhing around. Goddamn. I dove under the covers and grabbed my girlfriend. She didn't open her eyes at first because she knew how scared I was and didn't want us both to panic. Holy fuck. I spent 30 minutes shivering in pure terror. At one point, she finally opened her eyes and saw the thing right beside me on the bed. I had also felt something lean against the mattress. We didn't talk about it until we were back in Santiago because she saw how traumatized I was. The aftermath. I've never been so afraid for 3 weeks after returning to Santiago. I was on high alert, barely able to move my body from the stress. Even now, I still feel touches when I'm trying to fall asleep. First time in my life, I'm sleeping with the light on. Has anyone ever seen or heard of something like this? What? I don't know what the hell that meant. But what the fuck? That's okay. Saying if it's true. Saying if it's true, that's a fucking trip. Um if it isn't, you're an alright writer. Just I'm not a terrible reader, but sometimes, I fucking being human has its downsides. Somebody else, well, there are multiple comments. Somebody's named Coffee Crystals. I haven't personally encountered anything else, and I don't think anyone I know has either. But I have heard 2 stories about creatures, entities that look and behave similarly. Both were witnessed by multiple people, but they didn't know what to do aside from watching in horror. One was a group of girls at a campout, and they were only there temporarily. The other was a man in a hospice care facility. As the man sharing the time with him was dying, both stories had human-like figures that were able to sit, crawl up trees, walls, and ceilings as though gravity didn't affect them. Also, because these are stories recounted from people I've never met, I have no idea if they are true or invented. Yeah, see? I don't think anyone involved continued to sense the entity near them after they left those places, though. I don't know what else I can tell you except that I just heard of similar things. I'm sorry you encountered that creature. It sounds terrifying. Wait, what? Somebody said something about their grandma? Bro, what the fuck is this? I like your sweater. Bro, what is you talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck? Usually I have guests on and I interview them about their artwork or creations. But I really do enjoy stories. And I already had an episode planned for today, had everything scheduled. My guest had to reschedule. So, yeah, he's going to be back on here again. And he's a returning guest, and we'll be able to talk about shit we weren't able to talk about in his first episode. So, yeah. So since I love horror stories, since I love scary stories, I figured why the fuck not? I actually do like reading these. I have read a bunch of them for TikTok. And yeah, some of them remind me of my own instances of shit that I've gone through or that my family has gone through and has explained to me. So yeah, those stories, along with little bits of my own history, are in those videos. But back to this. OP wrote, "Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'd like to go back to my friends in the future to overcome this fear and finally sleep well." Wait, friend, you said dad. "But I need to know how to deal with it, whether with doodling a rosary or doodling, or if I have no idea. I don't want even my worst enemy to suffer that much." I don't know, man. I've known some terrible people. I wouldn't mind them going through that. Look at chat. I did. I am fucking scared. Oh, what is that on my face? Trauma. There you go. But yeah. How dare you say it about my face? Jeez. Oh shit. Somebody put down, "I've seen on TV the real demons use child noises or baby cries or even appear as children." Heard of that. "When they're not, it's a manipulation tool. Did you feel this was male or female? That's a very strong demon to appear like this." First off, you don't know if it was a fucking demon. You don't know what the fuck it possibly could have been. Could it possibly been a demon? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've been through some shit, but I'm not a fucking expert in the goddamn matter. But the commenter had a point. It could be. It's those strange events often do tie to entities of a demonic nature. So maybe. I don't know. Yeah, my grandma says my grandma, he says, I think you meant grandpa. Remember, they're using a translator for it. So I gotta remember that too. Every time I read it, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on? So they're using a translator for it. Yeah, my grandma, he says it was a demon that was feeding on my fear. Huh. Don't is the nighttime. Don't scare the hell out of me. No promises. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being a little scared? It's not like anything's gonna be under your bed, grabbing your feetsies or sucking on anything that's sticking off. So, hey, if you know what, if the second one happens, I hope you're okay. If it grabs your feet, well, give it a good kick. Was it faceless? What kind of face? Thank God I didn't see his face, because when I saw him writhing, I covered myself with the sheets. Okay. You know what? After hearing that, what? Yes, my name is Crude. I was given that name. I did not choose that fucking name. Somebody gave it to me and it just fit. It stuck. What? I am Taffeta. I am confused. But it's okay. You know what? This actually, another one that reminds me of something, but I didn't see an entity. I'm pretty sure not that. Oh, scared. Well, I apologize if you're scared. This incident that I'm about to bring up, that this reminds me of, kind of apologize, kind of not. But the incident that this reminds me of was a couple things. The one that really sticks out to me was I experienced, I believe it was sleep paralysis, but it didn't last for long. I was laying down. I was asleep, obviously, sleep paralysis. And I opened my eyes. It happened in seconds. It happened incredibly fast. I don't remember what I was dreaming. I do remember talking to my wife about it and telling her that it was fucking weird. But the main thing I remember was opening my eyes and seeing like a mass of just shapes. I couldn't even put it together. And when I seen this mass forming in front of me, I just had a feeling of fucking dread. What the hell is on your wall? Give it a second. But I had just had a really, really bad feeling of fucking just dread. I just didn't feel right. I couldn't really move. And the only thing I can even say it did besides grow in size, it looked as if it was a like small mass of like I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind is like tumors. It looked like bubbles, like just like that, just blackened bubbles popping up all over my ceiling. And they got big and they started like I seen like a shape of hands just like launch at my fucking face and I freaked the fuck out. I jumped the fuck out of bed and I was just like, what the fuck was it? I ran, turned on the light, looked around, and my wife looked at me like, what the fuck's going on? Like, what the hell's happening? I was panicking. I was freaking out. I had to take my, I had to recover my breath because I was just hyperventilating. I was panicked. Finally, after I calmed down, she got up. She helped me calm down, and I explained to her what I seen, and she was like, "Holy shit, that's just you weren't able to move." No, I just had this just this feeling. This I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything, and nothing. And just seeing this mass, and I panicked. It just lunged at me, and I jumped up and I ran to the door, and she thought that that's fucked up. That really does sucks. That really does suck. Then she made me laugh my ass off by saying made me laugh my ass off by saying, "So you got up when that thing lunged at you, and you ran the fuck to the door, leaving me right here." I couldn't help it. I just started fucking dying. I started laughing. I was like, I wasn't thinking. She's like, I could tell you don't love me. She calmed me down, making me laugh, made just calmed my ass down. So that was fucking awesome. But the moment I was fucking terrified. Now let me see. What the hell is on your wall? Painting. The a guitar, a bass. Jessica Rabbit. Jesse, you know the scene from Titanic when she's like, "Draw me like one of your French girls," all that shit. Yeah, yeah. The artist name on Instagram is Pineapple Prince. Yeah, yeah. Go check him out. He's actually very good. Got that. Also got a little signed one over here from Jessica Rabbit, and an urn holding a bit of my reptile Chubbs who passed away not that long ago. There's like Funkos up there too. There's like some Simpsons shit. Bro, what time is it? Don't look at the clock though. What time is it? I think it's like nine something for me. Oh, you said don't look, but um, maybe I can look. 9:26 for me. It's 9:26. But yeah, that story reminded me of that. That's a fucking trip. That really is a trip. What that person went through. If they actually did go through that, then that's fucking insane. It's 12:26 for you. It's 12:26. So for you, it's midnight. So for you, it's midnight. You said it's night, so I'm guessing midnight. You look, yeah, yeah, I looked. Shit. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Dude, that was a really trippy story. Let's find another one. Because that's just, I don't know. I have a bunch saved. So we'll see which one. Oh, God, I read this one about. Okay. There was a story about crazy neighbors that I read for TikTok. That an old lady who has never seen her neighbors, well, her neighbors never fucking seen her, but apparently she's been living there. They started seeing her not that long before the post, and the old broad came out like shaming them, like, oh, fucking shame, shame, shame. So they were just like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's wrong with her? It escalated to eventually the woman had a fucking knife and started swinging and like ran across her neck, pointing at them. Yeah, fuck that. I am reading the name though. What? For TikTok, it's when we made it a while ago, we forgot to put the, so it's Dead and Laughing Show. Just take off the. It's Dead and Laughing Show. So far, those are majority all scary stories, and some of them do have my own instances that I've been through. So yeah, feel free, go check it out. Hopefully you enjoy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the links are on the link tree on here. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that shit. Let's see. This one caught my attention, and it's way too long. I don't know. I never read it. I wanted to read it for TikTok, but it's a long one. I don't know if I'd be able to do that in the whole 9 minute time frame for TikTok, so I'm gonna do it here. I don't have TikTok. You know, I didn't have it for a while either. I still don't care that much for it. I mainly do enjoy doing the stories and everything, reading the stories and everything and all that. So yeah, that mainly is the thing that keeps me over there. I really don't care that much for it, but I mean, hey, I enjoy entertaining people. So if you want, go ahead and check that out. This story, sorry if this scares you. I realized, did I say Tic Tac or TikTok? I don't fucking remember. All right. r/scary stories by Trash Tia. Trash Tia. What is it? This is sunflowers? I'm taking it as those are sunflowers. All right. Today, my son broke character at the breakfast table. He wasn't acting like himself. He wasn't fighting with his siblings, who were unusually quiet. Callie sat silently, fucking butchering my own goddamn, pushing her breakfast around her plate. There was no brutal fight to the death over the bathroom. No scared. It's alright, you'll be fine. No constant bickering about cereal. Zach wasn't kicking his siblings under the table to start arguments, and I didn't have to shout once. It was far too quiet. Jonas, I spoke up, looking up from my iPad. It was too quiet, which meant my children were either sick or something was brewing. Jonas, my eldest at 16, was usually the instigator. But he couldn't even look at me in the eye. What's going on? I sat down my iPad, and across the table, Zach flinched, gaze glued to his bowl of untouched cereal. Callie ducked her head, thick brown strands hanging in her face. I knew this stance. I knew my children. Too quiet and guilty, just like 5 years ago when they shattered my mom's vase playing The Floor is Lava. They'd broken something. I sighed, noticing the atmosphere. Jonas and Zach were clearly trying to stay silent, and Callie was one squeak away from singing like a canary. Alright, as long as it's not your grandfather's urn. I don't care what you've broken as long as you fix it. Dad's hurting us. At first, I didn't even hear my son. I was too busy reaching across the table and grabbing maple syrup for my pancakes. But then he said it again, stabbing his fork through his breakfast. His voice choked up. Dad's hurting us. Zach's head snapped up, narrowed, eyes glued to his brother, frightened. What are you doing? He hissed. Zach straightened up with a tense smile. It's okay, Mom. Jonas is just... he's hurting us. Jonas whispered, curling into himself. His eyes found mine, hollow, broken. How did I not notice? How did I not see the shadows under his eyes? The agony creased between his brows. I'm not staying silent anymore, he whispered. You two can, but I'm not. Jonas glared down at the table. I fucking can't do this anymore. He broke into sobs that immediately broke my heart. One GTA 5. Really? Wow. I stood and aimed to wrap my arms around my son, but the second I touched him, he flinched away, eyes wide, almost feral. He shoved me back, diving to his feet. No, get away. Get away from me. Ignoring him, I wrapped my arms around him, and after fighting me, screaming and sobbing at me to get away, he melted into my shoulder, sniffling. I stayed very calm, but my chest was aching. I pulled away from the hug, trying to smile. Show me, I said, steadying my voice. And Fortnite? I don't know what the fuck the last one is. I couldn't scream. If I showed my children I was scared, I would scare them. Mom, Callie spoke up. Callie, stay here. I said, you too, Zach. I turned to my son to tell me everything, okay? Everything, sweetheart. I grasped his shoulder. I'm not mad, and I promise I believe you. Jonas nodded and ran upstairs. I followed him on shaky legs, my heart in my throat. Jonas led me inside his room and he shared with Zach. When you go to bed, Dad comes in our room and makes sure we're restrained. Oh God, I don't like the way this is going. Jonas lifted up his pillows and there, looped around his bed frame, were chains. What the fuck? Jonas turned to face me. Ever since we tried to run, he chained us to our beds. You tried to run away? I choked out. Why? Thick bile crawled up my throat when my son stepped in front of me. His expression crumpled. Mom, he whispered, there's something I need to tell you. Jonas grasped my shoulders, his nails digging in. Harsh. But you can't freak out, all right? You can't call Dad. Just listen to me. I nodded, breathless, as he took my hand and led me back downstairs. I'm wondering what the fuck is this leading to. God damn it, I lost the fucking shooting game, damn it. Well, 5 years ago, a man approached me on the street in LA. I was 15 and trying to be an actor. He said, leading me out into the backyard. He said I would be paid in full every week, $500 for one simple job. Jonas let go of my hand. And all I had to do was pretend to be your son, Jonas. What the fuck? Jonas's hand slipped from mine, but then he stopped paying us. He whispered. We tried to leave, tried to call the cops, but he was forceful. He punched Zach in the face and drugged our drinks at night. He started chaining us up when you weren't here, and now we're prisoners. He sputtered, I'm not even from here. I'm from Texas. I ran away to LA because I thought I wanted to be an actor, but I'm done playing a fucking dead kid. Holy shit. Jonas ducked his head. We just want to go home, Mrs. McCarthy. Jonas shook his head. Mom, he corrected himself. So we're going to go. Zach's voice startled me. He was standing behind me, grasping a hold of Callie's hand. I'm sorry for your loss, he whispered. But we're not your children, he nodded at Jonas. Get your shit. Get your shit, Jack. We're going. Jonas nodded. He gave me a quick hug. Thank you for saving us, he said. I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. McCarthy. I stood numb as the three of them started towards the fence. And I was reaching into my jeans and pulling out my gun. What the fuck? Something inside me exploded and I let out a shriek of laughter. I started forwards, pressing the gun into my sweet daughter's head. Stupid kids, I spoke through gritted teeth. I wasn't losing them again. I buried my children once, never again. Your father ran the auditions, I said, clicking off the safety. Holy shit. I lowered the barrel to Callie's calf. Run and I'll cut off your legs. They froze and I took pleasure in my next words. But who do you think chose you? Okay, that was a good story. Wait, what? Bro, I am too killer. One more kill. Okay. What the fuck? That was a good story. Yeah, that was a good story. It's fucked up. So she was crazy. Well, the dad's fucked. The guy who was the father was fucked, but the mom is fucking insane. That's that was a good story. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I'll give you that. That wasn't bad. That's funny. That's fucking funny. Why? Why do you want me to say that? No. Just because you want me to say it, I'm gonna say no. You see. Shut up. Wow. Let's see. This is Ask Reddit by 8-Bit Eclipse. Redditors who have worked around death slash burial. What's your best ghost story? From Addicted Punk. This was 3 years ago. I used to be a security guard at a hospital. One night, while doing my rounds, I went into the surgery wing and was walking down a hallway when I saw a doctor looking at the whiteboard where all the scheduled surgeries are written down. I think I read this for TikTok. That sounds familiar. I said, "Hello, doctor," and kept going. The doctor didn't say anything back, just kept studying the whiteboard. When I got back to the security office, I was telling one of the guys that's been there for years about how I greeted this doctor, and he didn't say anything back. I asked if that's the asshole they told me to watch out for. I was asked where I saw him, and I said the surgery ward, and he gave me a smirk. He then explained that the surgery ward closes at 9 p.m., and that all patients are moved into the monitoring wards. There should be no one there. He asked me if this doctor was studying the schedule board. I said yes, and he then told me that I just met Dr. Louis City. That's what it says. Dr. Louis City. Louis City Bitty Titty. Apparently, so many years ago, one of the surgeons went up to the helipad and jumped off the building. Seems like he never stopped working though. Holy shit. Nothing's funny anymore. You're welcome. Dude, what the fuck? That's a trip. What? I don't know what the fuck you just wrote. Somebody else commented, "Junior doctor on the wards doing a night shift called to verify a death. Enter the private bay. Wait, what? It's all a bit grim, slightly gloomy room. Patient is lying there, old man, looks peaceful. Start my checks. Stethoscope out. No signs of active respiration. No heart sounds. Rub the sternum for a response. None. Time to get closer and check the CNS for any signs of life. I lift the eyelids up, reach for my pen torch, balancing closer to the patient. That's when it happens. The patient lurches forward, his face now inches away from mine. I scream. Nurses rush in and ask, "What's happened? What was that noise? Why so pale? It looked like you've seen a ghost." That's when I realized I leaned in too close and my leg brushed against the bed controls, raising the bed. Nurses couldn't stop laughing as they offered to make me a cup of tea. Well, that's why you shouldn't have leaned against that shit. That's why you shouldn't have fucking leaned on it. Wait, what? You did not hear nothing. No. Take the map. No. No, you wouldn't be able to handle me with the mask off. Dude, fucking. They were probably tired as shit to lean against the controls for the bed, and then the bed lurches up and scares the shit out of them. How would you not fucking notice that? Not even kidding. How could you not fucking notice that? I'll let you guys deal with that one. This one. I don't think I read this one. No, this is another long one. This is another long story. I didn't read this one. I wanted to read this one for TikTok, but like I said, it's a long fucking story. And I don't think I'd be able to cram this one into that. That sounded filthy. Yeah, that sounded filthy. From True Scary Stories by Dave's Way. My story. Hi, my name is Dave. I found this Reddit site that claimed you can share stories here, so I ended up making an account and going here. No shit. I can tell you fucking did it because you wrote all this. So here I am. Decided to write my story to you. This happened to me when I was 16. Our school planned a trip with my class and the other class to get along together since we haven't really liked each other much. I knew I didn't want to go there. It was just the feeling about making new friends that will probably gossip about me behind my back. That normally happens. The day came, I showed up in front of the school where my class and the others were already waiting for our private bus. Why the fuck do you need a private bus? That will take us all the way to, what the fuck does that say? Haluzika? Okay. Haluzika. Haluzika. I don't know if I'm pretty fucking sure I'm probably not pronouncing that right. If I am, then fuck, I'm okay. I did okay. To Haluzika Recreation Center. But let's call it Haluzika Center. You're fucking my tongue up. There were 3 teachers going with us. Mrs. Anna, a blonde teacher, Mrs. Eve, a black-haired teacher, and Mrs. Payton, the teacher that organized the entire trip, the head leader. Me and my friends, Mickey, Jacob, and Matthias, agreed on sharing one room, since we are quite the friends. The fuck? After around 2 hours, we arrived at the center. I came out of the bus holding my bag as I watched the students approach the entrance. I had an uneasy feeling. Once we went towards the entrance, the manager of the property told us about some rules, like to behave at night and so on. We went upstairs to where the rooms for students were located in the red doored room. There were the students from our class, together with like 3 people from the other class in the blue doored room. There were the Ukrainian students from the other class in the white doored room. What the fuck? There was Mrs. Eve, and in the yellow doored room, there was us, me, Mickey, Matthias, and Jacob. The fuck? Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on now. The rest and the teachers were downstairs in the green room. That's a lot of shit. We had like an hour to unpack and prepare pillows and blankets in our rooms. Mickey told me when we were in the room, dude, I'm so excited. Finally, the school plans a good trip. Matthias and Jacob agreed. I told them, I'm happy to be here, but something is wrong. The energy of this place is unreal. Turns out, all 4 of us had the same stupid idea. We all smuggled in our phones, knowing we can't take them to this trip. Since Mickey found out on their website that the place has free Wi-Fi, even though on the paper that they gave me to sign to participate in the trip was, don't take any electronic devices. The trip will be full of sport and games. What the fuck? We agreed that if we will get put into teams for a game, we will text each other rather than talking through the day. After the 1 hour that we received to make our rooms cozy, we went to play some games with the students and the teachers. The hours passed and evening came by when the teachers let us go to their rooms. To end the long sports and games day, I laid in the bunk bed in our room. On top of my bed was Mickey's bed, since it's a bunk bed. No shit. Next to our bunk bed was Jacob and Matthias's bunk bed, where Matthias was on top, and Jacob told me, "Yo guys, I found out a bad thing. The toilet is all the way downstairs, so if anyone wants to go pee in the night, take a flashlight because the toilets are downstairs in the corridor." This hit me really bad since I knew I had problems with going peeing in the night. That's fucked up. Really? What the fuck? You have control issues. Jesus. All right, let's see. Mrs. Eve came in the room to check on us. She said, "Are you boys all right?" We agreed. Then she said, "I have some bad news about the drinking schedule." What? Since they have no more electrical cables, they had to put the water dispensing machines downstairs next to the toilet. So if you want water, you have to go downstairs and get it there. This hit us so bad, since we had to walk downstairs for the toilet and water if we wanted to. Reading some of this is fucking my head up. Oh god, what the fuck is going on? Reading some of this is kind of like fucking me up. It's like, what the fuck? Mrs. Eve left. The time was something past 8 p.m. The curfew there was at 10 p.m. So we had to find out what to do with the remaining time. We decided to chat about some video games or whatever and play online games on our phones together. 10 p.m. came and the lights were turned off. We heard absolutely nothing, only our breathing. Mickey texted us on our group chat. "Guys, let's not talk through the night. Let's text in the group chat." We agreed, but there wasn't really much of it, since all of us fell asleep. By 10? God. Even when I was a young lad, I fucking did not fall asleep around 10. Fucking shit. Making me think about the bad things I was doing as a fucking teenager. Then the time has come. It was something past 2 a.m. when I got up because I had to go. Wait, what? I had to go buy. Spelled D-Y-E. What the fuck? I carefully got out of the bunk bed and opened our door. I went slowly into the dark hall, where there was only a small blue light at the stairs. I slowly went down the stairs and I got to the toilet. Once I finished, I headed back, but there was something wrong. The entrance door to the building was slightly open, as if someone forgot to close it. I thought it was just because of the ventilation. The building was hot and the air outside was cold, so I thought of that. I went back upstairs in our room with no problem and went to sleep again. The next day we played a lot of team games. We even played football. We had a really good lunch, spaghetti and tasty meatballs. Hee hee. That's actually what it says, not even kidding. Fucking shit. When evening came, the teachers told us we had to go to the opposite building in the center, where the showers were located. We went like this. They would send one entire room to the showers. Then the room came back, and then they would send another room. For example, the blue doored room. It was our turn. I showered first. After me went Mickey. After him went Jacob. And after him went Matthias. We returned to the main building upstairs to our room and we played with a small ball. Then we went to sleep. God damn, your days go by really fucking quick. Shit. It was around 2 a.m. again and when I had to pee and get water again. I opened the door and slowly went downstairs again just like last night. This time the entrance door wasn't open. I drank some water and sat down at the toilet seat. But then I freezed. I'm reading exactly the way they fucking typed it out. I heard the sound of some door opening. At first, I thought it was someone from upstairs, going downstairs to the toilet too, but I heard it from a different side, so it scared me. I stayed in the toilet room just to make sure the person goes away. After around 10 minutes, I opened the door. No one was there. But guess what? The entrance door was wide open. I went outside and looked around, but no one was there. Anywhere. No teacher, no student, just no one. The fuck? I slowly went back upstairs, but then I heard footsteps behind me. Right before the stairs, I sprinted quickly in our room and closed the door. I covered myself with a blanket, and during that, I accidentally woke up Mickey. He said, "What's going on, dude?" I told him about the footsteps. He told me maybe it was a teacher just monitoring downstairs. I said that definitely wasn't a teacher. I also told him about the doors being wide open. Mickey got up and went into the hall. He looked at the stairs that went down. He went down the stairs, looked around, and returned. He said, "No one is there. The doors aren't wide open. They are closed. Are you sure you just didn't imagine things?" I wanted to defend myself, but I didn't want any drama. I just told him I wasn't feeling okay, and we went back to sleep. The next day, the teachers told us we are going on a hike to the woods behind the recreation center building. I really didn't feel like going for a hike, but I couldn't do anything about it. The hike started and all the students gathered up at the woods. We were walking on a trail in the woods, all 50 students. And there were 50? Jacob nudged me and told me, "Mickey, Mickey told me about last night. Was it really true?" I said yes. Matthias joined in. "Damn, they need better security here." It sounded like skeptical. They didn't believe me either. I'm sorry, the way that this has been typed out, it's like, what the fuck? Fucking shit. After an hour, we headed back to the center. It was in the afternoon. We went back in our rooms and we just chilled in our bed. That was the moment something weird happened. Mrs. Payton came in the room. She told us that we shouldn't go outside of the room that much in the night. My friends didn't know why she told it to us, but I definitely know why. The first night I came out of the room, I saw a beeping red light in the corner. I think it was a camera. So that's when I realized they have cameras at the place, probably operated by a teacher or the manager of the place. It was 10 p.m. The lights were turned off again, but this time I wanted proof. I woke up, grabbed my phone, and I went downstairs. So far, nothing. The doors were closed, but then I got a text. It was from Mickey. "Dude, where are you? Don't tell me you're downstairs pissing again." I replied that I am in the toilet. Again. Mickey told me about the footsteps thing. He told me that he heard them too when he was at the toilet today at 1 a.m., 1 hour before this. I went to the water machine to drink some water, but then Mickey texted me he saw something outside when he was looking through our room window. I opened the entrance door and looked outside the building. My eyes landed on the open doors at the opposite building where the showers were. I didn't want to go there, but I wanted proof. I remember I recorded my way to the building, but sadly I don't have the phone that has the recording anymore. I went to the building and I peeked inside. I heard footsteps at the men's shower. I recorded it. I wanted to head back, but then Mickey texted me, "Dude, the person got out of the building through the back exit. I saw it through the window. He is heading towards you. Run back here." My heart raced. I didn't even look behind myself. I ran in the main center building. But I didn't have time to run upstairs. I hid in a supply room near the toilet in a corner and tried to stay as quiet as possible. I texted Mickey to wake up Jacob and Matthias and go for a teacher. It was several minutes and Mickey didn't respond back. I was so scared. But then he replied, "Dude, we are right here with assistant Jeff at the top of the stairs." Jeff was the head leader, Mrs. Payton's assistant. God damn it. Sorry, the way it's typed feels like, what the Fuck. Fucking my head up. I knew I had to make a run for it. I opened the supply room door and I ran upstairs. I heard footsteps behind me. Once I got upstairs, Jeff ran downstairs and looked for the person. Mickey, Jacob, and Matthias tried to calm me down, but my heartbeat was so quick I felt the adrenaline. The teachers woke everyone up and told them to not go to the toilets and maybe piss in a bottle because water pipes exploded. They didn't tell them that someone broke into the center. They told them that some water pipes exploded. Kind of fucking figured that one. The next day, a bus was called and we were sent home. They told us that the water pipes exploded and they can't supply water. But I know it was because of that person that broke in. When it was time to go, I glanced one last time at the supply room and I saw a janitor cleaning up something in there. Mrs. Eve came and told me that is just water. Let's go. The bus is here. That definitely was not water. It smelled from there. What the fuck? And the janitor had rubber gloves and a box for some garbage. It looked like he was cleaning a crime scene. The fuck? It was weird because in the bus, Assistant Jeff was okay, but he had a bruise on his eye. And then I realized, what if he did something to the person? I didn't want to think about it. I arrived home and the memory of the person and God, here we go again. Haluzika Recreation Center still remains deep in my mind. I'm not sure what happened to the camera recordings. If the manager did something about it when we left. The fuck? Look at the chat now. In 9 now. Too bad I read it in 9 now. There you go. Really? Like a Slipknot member. Is that the first thing anybody could come up with? Come on, I've heard better. That's a fucking... Okay, first off, if it's true, that it's a trip. Secondly, even though English is my first language, I still fuck it up. But I could tell English isn't your first language. The way it was typed out and everything fucked me up for a little bit. I kept like all over the fucking spot. But you know what? I still was able to read it. I was still able to go through it. And that was fucking weird. So you went... Okay. So the school you went to had a trip. You seen some weird shit for a couple of days. And then by the end, they just said, oh, a fucking pipe exploded. And then he was cleaning up something that looked like a crime scene. Let me take a swig. Hold on. Okay, first off, that was probably blood. That was probably blood. I mean, what the fuck? That's a trip. How old are you? It doesn't even say how old you are. You said it happened when you were 16. So, okay. So if it's true, then everything you went through, that does sound very trippy. That sounds just like, what the fuck? Why didn't you fucking say anything the first day? Really, why didn't you say anything the first fucking day? I would have said it the first fucking... I would have like, no, fuck that. Hey, the door's open. You said this is the only way we go to the bathroom. I gotta take a piss. So I went downstairs. The door's open. Why the fuck did you... What the fuck? Like, why didn't you say it? Only 29? Good for you. But really, it's like, you could have... Okay, the poster could have said something the first day. Like, hey, the doors are open. I would have said, fuck you. I'm gonna go tell the teacher, like, hey, the doors are open. I don't know why the doors are open. Just letting you know the doors are open. I'm gonna go to fucking bed. That's it. That's all you have to fucking say. You don't need to fucking... I don't know. You probably weren't going to get in trouble as long as you fucking just, I don't know, put your phone in your fucking pocket, hid it away or some shit. Besides, they were like, well, you can go to the fucking bathroom. I mean, hey. Bro, you drink, you know? Yeah, I do know. Gracias. But, yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Why didn't you just say anything the first day? It probably could have been avoided. I mean, Okay, the teacher's assistant was fine. He's okay. He got hit in the face, obviously. But you know what? Who knows what the fuck? If this is a true story, who knows what the fuck that person would have done to them? No fucking clue. Who knows? So, I don't know what to say other than you should have fucking said something the first day. It's not hard to do it. Ah, fucking shit. And it's been almost an hour. That was fast. Let's see. Maybe I will do one more. Let's see. It's the creepiest, most inexplainable thing that ever happened to you. Let's see. Oh. All right, this one from Ask Reddit from Hungary 70. What is the creepiest or most unexplainable thing that has ever happened to you? One comment, dry imagination, 1763. I saw a BMW driver using the turn signals. That is fucking amazing. Do you realize how many dipshits don't use their fucking turn signals? Fuck. That is amazing. And whoever uses their turn signals, I want to shake your hands. Because if you don't use your turn signals, you're a fucking idiot. I'm not even kidding. It's a real issue dealing with stupid motherfuckers, especially when they're in a large vehicle and they're not using their turn signals. They don't use them for shit, and you move over, they just cut you right the fuck off, or you're speeding up and they just move right the fuck in front of you. It's so fucking irritating. Dozer commented on this one saying, Dozer? Isn't that from Ghostbusters? Oh. One night I woke up around 3 a.m. to what sounded like someone quietly calling my name. Wow. Son of a bitch. Oh, I'm having a technical error here. Okay, there you go. Let's get back to that. If I can fucking find it now. Son of a bitch, where is it? Ah, wait. Ah, okay. Got right back to it. One night I woke up around 3 a.m. to what sounded like someone quietly calling my name from the hallway. That's what it was. I live alone, and when I checked, every door and window was locked and the apartment was completely empty. I still can't explain where the voice came from, and I didn't sleep much after that. Somebody commented, witching hour, the opposite of the time of Christ's death. Shut the fuck up. Really? Shut the fuck up. Really? It's the opposite of Christ's death. Ah, that's adorable. But that is a trip to actually happen. That I have multiple experiences where I've actually woken up at 3 a.m. just to no fucking reason besides just feeling like I don't know. It just multiple times feeling like I'm being watched and I know I've heard that it's weird when people sleep with the door open. Well, I sleep with my door wide open, so I see just darkness outside my doorway. So with all that, it's sometimes it feels like I'm being watched, and it's not my cats, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Life's asleep. I wake up, I look around, and nothing fucking thing, nothing's there. So I clearly don't fucking understand what the fuck is going on. Why am I awake and why does it feel like I'm being watched? Window's open. There's nobody at the fucking window. There's nobody inside the house. The fuck? Although a couple times I have felt that way and I've like heard like what sounds like creaking. Older apartment. So some steps when you walk it creaks And I've heard that a couple of times, especially in the doorways. You can hear when somebody walks by the fucking doorway, walks through the doorway. And my cats are in the room with us. I can see them, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? I got out of bed. This happened a couple of times, actually, where I think I hear something. I get up. I walk to the kitchen. I go to the living room. I come in here. There's nobody. I turn around. It's either one or both of my cats are wondering what the fuck I'm doing. So they walk out, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? They just look at me, walk to their water, walk to their food, but then they just turn around and walk back in. Or they think I'm coming out here, well, coming out to the living room, and they like want to be around us. So they'll try to kick back, and I'm just like, I'm not fucking coming out here. I'm going back to bed. So I just go back to the room. Like a minute or so later, I hear the cats walk back in. They have bells. And just, that's it. But I can't get rid of the fucking feeling where it's like, I heard something. I know I heard something. I know I heard a creak in the floor. And it feels like I'm being fucking watched. Fuck, it just, that feeling wouldn't fucking leave where it was, oh, there's gotta be somebody in here. There's gotta be somebody in here. One night it was so bad, I actually checked the closets and I fucking peeked around anywhere that was closed. Because I was just like, dude, it feels, I know there's somebody fucking in here. I know I fucking heard something. And I checked. And Gilly Julie woke up that night and she was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? I know I heard something. So she immediately, like, somebody got in the house. Motherfuckers have tried to break into my home. So we look around. Nobody. Nothing. I even had my pistol loaded just in case. But there was nothing. So yeah, those moments happen, and they're fucked up. Make it seem like you're fucking crazy. You really fucking do. Oh, fucking shit. That happened one time where Gilly Julie woke me up in the middle of the night, and she was like, somebody's in here. I was like, what the fuck? Immediately got up. I wasn't thinking about grabbing my pistol. I grabbed a fucking... I have a Rambo knife. Somebody gifted me a Rambo knife a while ago, and I have it. It's a sharp fucker, too. I got it. I picked it up. I brought it out. I walked around. I was like, there's nobody fucking here. I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear anything. So as soon as she said, I was like, oh, well, the fuck? I mean, fight or flight. I panicked and I was like, fuck it. I'm not. Like, nope. Nope. I don't know how else to explain it other than just like, fuck that. I'm defending this fucking shit. Even though these apartments are shit, it's still my home. So, hey, I'm gonna take care of my stuff. You know what? I'm gonna do one little one from this one. Let me see. What the fuck does that say? A Gap ass crypto? Who the fuck? I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. It actually says a Gap ass crypto. It's all one word. A Gapus? Maybe? I don't know if maybe I'm saying that wrong. But a Gap ass crypto. Okay. I was walking with my friend in the dark zone of a street, and there was a shadow of an old lady. In a few seconds, that shadow became a cat that was running it. And me and my friend, after that, we started running too, away from that. It was strange and one of the scariest moments of my life. That'll be the last one. That'll be the last one I do. What the fuck? An old lady turned into a cat? What the fuck is that? That witch? Baba Yaga? Fucking shit. What the hell? An old lady turned into a cat and chased you. I gotta ask, were you taking substances that you shouldn't have? Were you experimenting with drugs or alcohol in any form and shape? Even if that shape was possibly distorted in one way or another. If so, come to the right place. What the fuck? Dude, that's a trip. That's a trip. Isn't that like a... I could swear I've heard something like that before. It's not a skinwalker. That's normally just like some stranger shit. I don't know. I don't know. That really does ring a fucking bell, but I don't remember what the fuck that would be. A witch turning into a cat. That just, I don't know. That reminds me of something, but I don't fucking remember what it is. Do you hate when that happens? Alright, bloodies. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Hopefully, you enjoyed this episode. If you want more scary stories from Reddit, some of them are, majority of them are true stories from Reddit. At least that's what they say. They're over on TikTok. Dead and Laughing Show. Make sure to check that out. Hopefully you enjoy all that shit over there. All the links on here, they do lead to, I believe one of them leads to Reddit on, Dead Laughing Show. I do have my own comic book there. It's split into two parts. It is 40 pages. 40 pages long, including the cover art. So make sure you read both of them. Read the one with the artwork first, and then follow after that, so that way you know what the fuck is going on in the story. Am I cosplaying? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Thanks for the actual question. But yeah, go check that out. Hopefully you actually enjoy it. It is not meant for children. It is not meant for fucking kids at all. It is not. Just like the show, it is not meant for kids. So go check that out. Hopefully you enjoy it. I already have the draft done for the second book, and the third book is the draft I'm still working on. So yeah, I already have a story planned. I have everything thought up, multiple stages written down. So coming up with a dialogue, what they're going to be saying to words are not fucking properly functioning with me. What the fuck? So yeah, having the dialogue down and figuring out the panels, how they're going to be posed, how they're going to be, where they're going to be standing, what room, this. Doing all that's a bitch. Make sure to check out the Dead and Laughing Show, where I interview all kinds of artists, all kinds of people who create and make things. So make sure you check it out. They're a lot of fun. The guests are a lot of fun. Talking shit with these people is pretty fucking fun with me. I do enjoy it. Hearing about like what got them started, what makes them continue, what inspires their pieces, dislikes, likes, dislikes, social security numbers, dark secrets of their past. Not really, but go check that out. You'll be able to see what the fuck I'm talking about. The last person I had on the show was Molly Brown on Instagram, Deadly Melodic. Incredibly talented artist. She's working with some people on a game. I'll put the information in the description. But she also made the eel for Iron Lung. So like that whole creature, that was all her. Even the popcorn buckets and all that, she did all that. So yeah, go check that out. Very sweet girl, very funny as fuck. It was good having her on again, and we were able to actually talk about it, because when she was on the show beforehand, she wasn't able to talk about it at all. She couldn't say a fucking thing. She really wanted to talk about it, but you know what? She wasn't able to. Now it's out, and hopefully you watch the movie. It's an interesting fucking film. It's trippy as shit. Very, very claustrophobic. Cosmic horror wise, hit the nail on the fucking head. See anything else? Oh yeah. Make sure to check out Crew the Corpse on here on YouTube. All the gameplays I've been doing for Twitch are on there, and there's a bunch of shit. And just like this show and my comic book, it is not meant for fucking kids. I actually just got in trouble for that because I put not meant for kids, and somehow it glitched and put that it was meant for kids, and I got a strike. And then when I appealed it and fixed everything, they took it off. So the newest episode is on there. They're like an hour long. You get to see me fuck up a lot and just lose my shit. Right now I'm playing, what the fuck was it? The Evil Within, the DLC, The Assignment, and that fucking, I've never played those. I never played the DLC for The Evil Within. So this is a whole new experience for me. And I I wanted to shit. I almost shit. I was just like, oh fuck. Not literally. It It actually scared the shit out of me. It scared the hell out of me, made me jump. I kind of freaked out a little bit, only because it was new. I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this is fun. This is interesting. Oh, god damn. So go check that out. Hopefully you enjoy. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here now. And hopefully you have a good night. And oh, if it's night for you, because I know sometimes people actually do watch this, like, obviously other fucking countries and all over the goddamn place had guests talk to us about where the fuck they're from, and it was like during the day. So I don't know. Hopefully you're having a good night, good day, whatever the fuck. Hopefully you're able to bust a nut, whatever the fuck is going on for you. Hopefully it's good. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna take this, and yeah, I'm gonna go watch The Boys because yeah, finally able to again. Bye, bloodies.